Good day to all graduates, staff, and family. My name is Cameron Klein, and I would like to thank my fellow graduates for giving me the opportunity to speak on behalf of the class of 2021. I wish I could be here in person among you all, but unfortunately that cannot happen. The last 4 years of our life have been an interesting experience, with lots of highs and lows and lots of growing up to do. Anyone graduating today should feel a sense of accomplishment, even if it doesn't seem like a big deal. I would say we have come a long way, but to me, it has went by in the blink of an eye. I remember the start of grade 9 coming in when we were all fresh babies. We were the Mildmay kids, the Walkerton kids, the Chesley kids, the Paisley kids, and so on. We were all so awkward at first and laying low in our comfort zones, but we soon got comfortable with each other and became close friends. I recall many of us sitting at the exact same lunch table for the majority of grade 9, and I believe that is how we really got to know each other. I'm sure some of you guys remember Sarshal from the grade 9 lunch table, but we don't have to get into that. We then moved on to grade 10, where our lockers were outside Mr. Byers' room, and we were all trying to live up to his good person standards. Although I assume you were probably at once called a slacker by him for showing up late to his class. In 11th grade, I feel like we all got to wake up with our classes. This is when things started to get real challenging. It was a stressful year for some as we were starting to examine what we wanted to do after high school. We learned how to adjust quickly to the increased workload and stressful times in our classes. Then, as you know, COVID-19 shut everything down, and we thought it was fun being home at first. It wasn't exciting for long because soon we were sick of being at home and away from our friends. We fast forward to grade 12, and I think it's safe to say we should have done our math homework from grade 11 because grade 12 math was ready to destroy us. I'm sure Miss McLeod wasn't pleased with us with our lack of finishing the course from grade 11. Grade 12 was not the year any of us wanted, to be honest, although we learned how to be patient and trusting with the uncertainty of online school. We experienced something that wasn't the greatest at times. We had no sports or clubs, we didn't get to go on any cool trips, and we didn't even do our annual fire truck pull. However, we did get the ability to socialize with one another, even if it was behind a mask, and we did get the ability to have an education, something that many kids would die to have. I'm going to be honest, my memory has blanked on some memories from our past 4 years, but I still have some good ones. I recall many of the boys winning the grade 10 fire truck pull, and then in grade 11 we went back to back. But no big deal, right? I already know most people love dancing to the Rasputin during the Chesley Dance Week. One day I'll never forget is when we went to the factory in London. Everybody was having a good day on the ropes course and trampolines. Well, everybody except for me, but we won't talk about that, right, Miss Wand? We also had countless good times playing manhunt and rock climbing in the gym. Our girls volleyball team made it to OFSA in grade 11. I'd like to congratulate Sadie, Nicole, Kinsley, Victoria, Shelby, and Taylor for being a part of that team. Also, a big shout out to Tyson Hurd and Will Bainham for being a part of the boys OFSA team that went when they were in grade 10. It may not seem like a big deal, but I know many of us who would have loved the chance to go. I'd like to thank the coaches, volunteers, and anyone who helped out who allowed for us to join and be part of a team. The countless hours you put in mean a lot to us, even when we weren't so easy to deal with. For example, Owen Small and myself bawling our eyes out at BAAs in grade 9. One thing I loved about this class of graduates is that when we enter this building or school, we all became one. We may go our separate ways at lunch hour or outside of school, but when we were in this school together, we were all Riverhawks. We were friendly to each other, and it was a great time growing up with you guys beside me. Some of us despised high school. Some of us thrived in it, and some were just present. No matter what group you fall under, you completed the journey. Be proud of the accomplishments, the connections you made, and the failures that made you better in the long run. We now move forward in life, whether you want to or not. The great Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward." I'd like to thank the role models in our lives that have got us here thus far. But these next steps in life and the path we take are now on us. High school was cool and all, but it was such a small part of our lives. I believe this next chapter is where we discover our purpose and who we want to become. Leave the regrets of the past in the past and learn from your mistakes. I know many of us are feeling lost. Just know you're not alone. Many of us can't decide what we want to be, whether that's going to university or college, joining the workplace, taking an apprenticeship, or just taking gap years. I believe that there's a plan for each and every one of us. I know that there is a purpose for you on this earth. What is your purpose in life? I can't answer that for you, but someday you will discover your purpose. We have had some uncertain times in this last year and a half. We've had many struggles and events we have lost the ability to experience. But what comes next? A simple question, yet a very real question. Do we dwell on the past and what could have been? What comes next? Do we surround ourselves with individuals who negatively influence us and only point out the negative in our lives? What comes next? Do we sit back comfortably in a career or a lifestyle we despise? The answer is no. We learn and move forward from our past and look onward to adventure to come. That's what comes next. We surround ourselves with people who encourage us, positively influence us, and support our goals. That's what comes next. We chase and search after our passion and work hard in absolutely everything we do. That's what comes next. What comes next is your decision. Don't let societal pressures force you into anything. Do what makes you happy and brings your life joy. At this time, as I wrap up, I'd like to apologize to any students who I didn't get to connect with over the years. But as they say, sometimes that's just the way it goes. I thank the staff of WDCS on behalf of the graduates for all the kind words, hard work, inspiration, and all that you have done for the class of 2021. To my fellow graduates, we celebrate for all we have accomplished so far, but now we enter a new chapter, and it's yours to write. Thank you.